Hello and welcome to Robins TV for today's FA Women's Championship match between Bristol City and Durham. It is match day 4 in the 2021-22 season as City look to go for back-to-back victories at home at the Robins High Performance Centre. Can they do it? Well, we're about 15 minutes away from finding out. I am pleased to say that joining me for this one today is Bristol City defender Flo Allen. Flo, welcome to Robins TV. Making your debut on screen today. Let's get straight into it. Let's talk about today. Back at home after a good draw with Liverpool last time out. How are the squad feeling about this one?
Yeah, no, first of all, thanks. Really excited to be on Robins TV today. Yeah, good. Been a good week of training for the girls. Well, a good fortnight really, because we've had obviously international break. So coming off a good point in the end at Liverpool after a tough game up there. It was never going to be easy, and at one point we thought we were probably going to clutch a win, but it didn't quite happen. To get a point up there, we really build some confidence from that. Back at home, we have a great home support, and being at their high performance centre this year has really given us another buzz. Seeing fans back in is just brilliant. And yeah, the girls are all really excited to get back out there and hopefully get another 3 points under our belt. That'd be brilliant. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, you can see on our pictures here the girls are back into the changing room now. They've had a different result in every game so far this season. So is today about getting some consistency and getting some wins under the belt? Yeah,
we really have to start making our home pitch a fortress. You know, we've had a good win against Lewes, but now is the time to really cement this as our home ground and say to everybody who comes here, look, you know, you're not going to come here and have an easy ride. It's going to be a hard game, and we're going to make it really difficult for every team that comes to Bristol, and hopefully 3 points today would be a great statement.
Yeah, absolutely. Fingers crossed. And what about Durham? I mean, 2 wins and a loss from their 3 games. They know this level, and they're going to be a tough opposition today.
Yeah, Durham are a really good side. They know this league inside out. They're always there or thereabouts come the end of the season, and they've got some really key players. Beth Heppel, she always seems to cause teams problems, and so as long as we can nullify their threats today, we should have enough quality to get some goals and a clean sheet and 3 points.
Absolutely. Well, let's have a look now at who is going to be taking to the field this afternoon. We'll start with our visitors from Durham. We're hearing it's one change for them, and their starting lineup is this. You'll see it on your screen now. Borthwick in goal for them. Hill, Briggs, Lambert, Wilson, the captain starts. Robson and Heppel in the middle there that you can see. They, as Flo says, are the danger players for Durham. Galloway, Salicki, Holmes and Ajupi complete their starting 11. And for your hosts, Bristol City, 3 changes for them with the enforced replacement of Brooke Aspin, who got 2 yellows against Liverpool last week. Her spot in the back 4 is taken by Naomi Lazell, and it's a full league debut for Izzy Cook as well, which we'll get onto very shortly. She comes in for Jess Woolley, who drops to the bench. Simran Jamat starts up top with Abby Harrison replacing Mel Johnson. So that full lineup there: Bentley in goal, Cataldo, Lazell, Murray and Morgan in a back 4, and then it's a 4-4-2. So the midfield 4 are Cook, Palmer, Koiken and Beaver Jones. Up front for the Robins, Abby Harrison and Simran Jamat. On the bench for Bristol City, Whitehouse, Johnson, O'Connor, Bull, Wild, Foley and Jess Woolley, as we mentioned there. But Flo, the headline news there is Izzy Cook gets her debut today, her full league debut we should say, and we were talking off there. She's so excited for this.
Yeah, her face lit up when she found out the news, and I think everybody in the room as well just wanted to give her a big pat on the back, because she fully deserves it, and she like most of the young players coming through, a complete breath of fresh air. Their hunger and desire is actually inspiring at times, and credit to her, she's earned her position in the team today. Came on against Liverpool at half time a fortnight ago, and she really made an impact and fully deserves it, and I'm really excited to see how she gets on today, and I think all the Bristol fans should be really excited by her quality and the prospect of a young homegrown player.
Absolutely, just playing with no fear, we hope. Play with absolutely no fear. Right, that's what we think. Let's hear from the woman who picked that team now. Here is head coach Lauren Smith with George West.
Lauren, back at home today after the international break, Durham in town. What's been your message to the group off the back of this break?
It was a good time for us, the break, to get some team building in and really gel again as a team, but everyone's really excited to get the next set of games in now. So for us it's about getting back on the pitch, doing the things that we can do really well, and building on the first block of the before the international break, and seeing if we can sustain those performances and results now.
You touched on it in media in the week. Durham, they're a big physical team who know what it takes to win games in the Championship. How do you feel as though your side are going to match up against them today?
It's a different challenge that we haven't had yet. Durham have been in this league for a long time now, and they're always very good in it. Their physical aspects, the fact that they just do things and they do things their way and they do it well, will be a tough challenge for us. We're going to have to move the ball really quickly to be able to play our style and to be able to break them down as well and play in pockets. So it's going to be a test for us to make sure that we pick our standards and make sure we do our things well, and that'll be the result really in the performance off the back of that.
Looking at team news, 3 changes to the team that played against Liverpool. Obviously, one enforced at the back. Brooke Aspin unavailable with a red card, so Naomi Lezelle comes in. Izzy Cook, her first senior start for the club, and also Simran Jamat comes in up top.
Yeah, Izzy in particular, it's a great moment for her, and she deserves it. She's worked hard. She had an injury last season, and she's come in and really, been at the forefront of things, and she's built every week that we've been able to have her in full training, and actually she really deserves this moment, so I hope she has a really good performance. The forwards, they're an interesting one. So between Mel, Sim and Abby, it's so tough to pick between them. They're performing really well, and actually it's a great problem to have as a manager when you've got 3 forwards that are doing everything that you ask for. So now it's about picking the right 2 or 3 or whatever we're going to play around the game that's what's needed, but also knowing that you've got that strength on the bench. So those 3 are doing particularly well, and it's great to have that problem.
And looking today, we're back in front of our home fans again. A good opportunity to get another 3 points on the board.
Hopefully, yeah. It's great being here, and hopefully this is another moment where we can make sure that the home ground and our home fans make it really hard for any team to come here and play against us, because this is for us here.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
Our head coach, Lauren Smith, chatting to George West. Now, we've spoken off air as well about how well you know Lauren. This is her second spell at the club. You've known her throughout that time. Is she a manager who selects her team based on what the opposition do, or is there always a set way of playing under Lauren?
I think the good thing about Lauren is she selects the team based off 1, who's in form, and 2, who's working hard. And at the moment, there's a lot of players who are fighting for shirts, and like she said, it's a good problem for her to have. But Lauren, as a manager and as a person, is top quality. A big part of why I stayed at the club, and for me, it's my second spell under her. A really enjoyable one when I was younger. We won the FA Youth Cup, and hopefully we'll have some more silverware come the end of the season. And she's been a breath of fresh air this year.
Yeah, fingers crossed. And just finally, very quickly, at this point where we're at now, we're waiting for the teams to come out. What will be the final key words to the team?
I think it'll be quite calm in the dressing room. I think Lauren will be saying to everyone, look, the work's done, go out there and enjoy yourselves, really, and 3 points will come. OK, so as the players make their final preparations then before kick-off, let's hear from one of those key players in the squad now, Ava Koiken. She's put in a stellar performance last time we were here, and she's been previewing this game with our man George.
We know it's going to be a tough game, physical game, but yeah, we feel ready off the back of the international break.
Ava, 3 games into the season now, currently sat on 4 points. How do you kind of reflect on the first month or so of the season?
Wasn't necessarily the start we wanted to get off to. Obviously, it would have been nice to get the 9 points, but I think the first game was a bit of a wake-up call, and since then we've been building each performance. And we've definitely gelled as a team since then. I think the Liverpool game really reflected how far we've come as a team, so getting a point away at Liverpool was a really good start for us.
Looking at that game in particular, it was very hard fought, wasn't it? There was very physical battle, and kind of the group did well to stick together because it could have easily kind of deteriorated as such.
Yeah, 100%. I think we went up there knowing it was going to be a hard game, and we respected them, but at the same time we thought it was all ours for the taking. Obviously we saw the championship prediction that we were going to lose 4-0, so that gave us a bit of fire in our belly to try and prove people wrong.
And looking at yourself, obviously you've come in at the start of the summer. You spent time over in America. How have you found adjusting to the life in the Championship?
Yeah, I think it's a really good level. It's definitely got a lot better in the last couple of years, and it's a lot more competitive than I expected, to be honest. Physical. I think every team's grown a lot since going full time, so it's made the league as a whole just really come on a lot.
And for yourself, obviously moving to Bristol as well, it's a big move. How have you found adjusting to life over here in the West Country?
Yeah, well, I used to live in Devon, so not too far. Yeah, the people here, everyone's nice. There's a lot to do. Bristol's a nice city, so yeah, it's been a really easy transition.
And working under Lauren Smith, how have you kind of found that over the first few months?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. She kind of gives us the freedom to express ourselves on the pitch, but at the same time, we go into every game knowing the game plan, what we're going out to do. So yeah, I think she has a good balance of observing us while giving her input at the same time.
And looking at the squad as a whole, very new, with a lot of new faces this summer. Everyone seems to have gelled really quickly and kind of singing from the same hymn sheet, which is critical.
Yeah, 100%. I think we had a meeting before the season started about what we were trying to achieve this season. Obviously, we're all on the same page in the sense that we want to get promoted. So I think it's given a real sense of unity because we all have a common purpose in what we're trying to do.
And then amongst that group, you've got yourself and your best friend in Satara Murray. How have you found having her friendship, obviously settling in? She's come over from America as well, so a lot of similarities.
Yeah, obviously we relate on a few American things. Yeah, it's helped a lot, and having good roommates is always great. But yeah, she'd be upset if I didn't say she's my best friend.
And looking ahead to obviously this weekend, already played one game here at the High Performance Centre, back-to-back home games against Durham and Sunderland coming up. A real opportunity to set the stall out and get another 6 points on the board. Yeah,
100%. I think it's great it's a home game because having the fans there makes such a big difference. And we know it's going to be a tough game, a physical game, but yeah, we feel ready off the back of the international break.
Well, there you go, the Bristol City team coming out now onto the pitch at the Robins High Performance Centre. The international break is over. We are back in championship action once again as Bristol City welcome Durham to the Robins High Performance Centre. We've experienced every result so far this season in just the 3 games played, but what can we expect today? A win would take City above today's visitors, who've had a strong start to the season with 2 wins already in the bag over Watford and Charlton. They'll come into this one confident of spoiling any hopes of back-to-back home wins for Lauren Smith's side. So let's have a look at the 2 teams today, starting with our visitors from Durham. And you'll see on your screen there, it's just the one change for them from their last game against Charlton. Borthwick starts in goal, and you've got Hill, Briggs, Lambert, Wilson captains the sides we've come to expect from them now. The 2 danger players are number 6 and 7, Robson and Heppel. Both love a goal. Heppel especially is one to be wary of from that aspect. Galloway, Salicki, Holmes and Ajupi make up the rest of the Durham lineup. And for Bristol City, 3 changes for them with the enforced replacement of Brooke Aspin, who got 2 yellows against Liverpool last week. Her spot in the back 4 is taken by Naomi Lazell, and it's a full league debut for Izzy Cook. She comes in for Jess Woolley, who drops to the bench. Simran Jamaat starts up top with Abby Harrison. Jamaat replacing Mel Johnson. So that full lineup there, Bentley in goal, Cataldo, Lazell, Murray and Morgan making up the defence. Cook, Palmer, Koiken and Beaver Jones in the midfield, Harrison and Jamaat up top. Final preparations going on for these girls. Last time we were here, we saw a rocket from Abby Harrison, a cool as you like penalty from Simran Jamaat and a commanding display from Tara Murray at the back. You have to feel we should see something similar again from those key players as Bristol City go for win number 2 of the season. As the 2 captains shake hands, I'll bring in Flo now. So Flo, I won't push you for a score prediction, but what are you expecting from this game today?
Oh, we've got to see a win, haven't we? Back at home, the girls will be buzzing out there now. It'll be interesting to see the 2 fullbacks have switched sides since the Liverpool game. So Fiona Morgan's playing down the right today and Leah Cataldo's down the left. So it'll be interesting to see how Durham cope with that, because they probably won't have planned for that. So yeah, just really excited and hopefully a win.
Fingers crossed. Well, Bristol City are ready. We will just wait for Durham to get into position now.
Great to see so many fans back in.
Well, I was just about to say that. It's good to see a decent crowd in once again. Not bad weather as well up at the High Performance Centre, so we should be in for a good afternoon of football.
Yeah, making the most of this sunny weather before it turns.
Absolutely. There's a bit of wind up there, I'll tell you, but yeah, it's going to get a lot worse. But for now, yeah, we're expecting a nice afternoon of football, nice weather, as both sets of players take a knee to show solidarity against any forms of discrimination in the game. And we are underway. Long ball forward, headed clear. One for Aggie Beaver-Jones to chase, and she does well, blocking it out. Our first throw of the game. And certainly that pressing intent from Bristol City is clear to see early on.
Yeah, Aggie Beaver-Jones is a bag of energy. That's what she'll give you. She'll give you a fast-paced attacking prowess, and then on the counter side of that, she'll press everything.
Ball kept in play, but it's easy enough for Satara Murray to just give it back to Fran Bentley in goal for City. And switching across for Fionn Morgan too, to get involved with her first touch.
It's interesting to see Durham are pressing high early on. This is what we expected. So it'll be interesting to see how the girls deal with this.
Of course, with the pressing game, if you are calm with the ball, gaps will appear, of course, for City to try and exploit. And there we go. Mistake made by Durham and a chance for City to break, perhaps. It's a long ball forward for Jamat to chase. Borthwick in the Durham goal just flicks that one into the box, and easy enough for her to pick up. Ball there to be won, and there's a battle going on there between Cataldo and a Durham attacking option. Long ball forward. Fran Bentley picks it up and starts to play again.
Fran's been really confident at the back this season.
Just a calming presence at the back.
Yeah, she's really built a relationship with all of us defenders, and that presence is definitely felt, and you feel comfortable with her behind you.
Another long ball forward, thankfully. Just bounces out of play. No real danger for Fionn Morgan. Couple of minutes gone in this one. Thanks for joining us on Robins TV, wherever you're watching today. Headed away, back towards Morgan. More defending to do for City here. Can somebody get a foot on the ball? Amy Palmer can, and spreads the ball out nicely. Ball forward, trying to find Abby Harrison. Well, she won't be able to reach that one. Just waiting for that first dangerous attack from one of these teams.
If we can get those through balls right, I think Abby Harrison and Sim up top are going to have a field day. It's just getting those balls to find their way through to the strikers.
Early pressure from Durham, all the way back to Bentley, who has to go long. Palmer doing battle in there with Koiken. Still bouncing around down there. Palmer does well to recover it. Charging forward, a good tackle. Finds Cataldo. Satara Murray with a lot of room to run forwards. Ball spinning around down there. And an offside against Galloway for Durham.
We'll see that a lot today. Durham in midfield will try and put a tackle in. They're not shy of that, and it's down to us to move the ball quickly and not get into those fights, because that's what they're good at. They're good at getting in those battles, and we need to try and avoid that. You know, our strengths is moving the ball quickly and and exploiting teams like that, but we can't get drawn into any fights.
Free kick taken by Cataldo, looking long. A ball over the top is a good one from Beaver Jones. That almost found Jamat. Not cleared well though by Borthwick in the Durham goal. But good clean-up work from the Durham defence. Murray gets there first, trying to start a counter-attack. And Morgan's ball forward is blocked away for a throw into City on the far side. Great work from Aggie Beaver Jones though, ingenious to flick it over her shoulder like that. Almost found Jamat.
I'd like to see a bit more creativity here. If we can get some movement here and then hopefully get a little cross in the box, we might be able to cause them a problem.
Yeah, still waiting for that sort of first real dangerous attack, but Jamat is a dangerous player and she's found Harrison on the edge of the box, looking for a 1-2. It won't find her, and Durham are able to pick up the scraps. But City win the ball back once again inside the Durham half with Palmer. Morgan looks forward and finds Izzy Cook with loads of space. The debutant crosses it in, and that's a easy enough one for Borthwick in the Durham goal to cling on to.
It's the right idea. We look bright. We do look bright when we go forward.
Just building confidence in this game, perhaps. Only played 6 minutes. Bentley wants the ball and gets it. It's a good pass from Fran Bentley. Very calm, as we mentioned.
She made that look very easy.
She did. Under quite a bit of pressure there. Borthwick's ball forward is intercepted by Morgan. Abby Harrison's offside, Jamat isn't, and Borthwick will have to clear away again. And the referee blows for offside against a Durham player, just crossing over into an offside position in Bristol City's half there. City seem to be putting pressure, Flo, on that clearance from Borthwick in the Durham goal. Seems to be pressuring the goalkeeper quite high up the field.
I think the front two in Harrison and Jamat can sense that there might be an opportunity to potentially steal the ball off her.
There might be an opportunity here. There's a cross from Jamat, and Borthwick manages to hold on to it.
I think Lauren Smith will be pleased with how the girls have started. We look very assured at the back. We just need to hopefully capitalise on this.
Cataldo will watch the ball go out for a throw in there. Little push in the back. But it will be a throw in to Bristol City. The long ball forward from Durham is easy enough to defend at the moment. Cataldo has Harrison ahead of her. And Koikin if she needs it. Does try to get it to Koikin, and said it's won by a Durham head. Ball forward, nice turn from Abby Harrison, using her strength well as well. Tries to play a through ball to Jamat, who just leaves it for her goalkeeper to clear. It's a better clearance from Borthwick, and it found a Dupi. She was offside, the former Albanian international. Lazelle. Lots of time for the youngster to try and find a pass, but it's blocked away, and City will regroup. Morgan will have the throw. Fionn Morgan. Battling for possession down there, and Durham give away a free kick to Bristol City.
Well played, Izzy Cook. Got out of a tight situation there and won us a free kick and a good opportunity here to whip the ball in, and hopefully we can get a header on this and see what happens.
Izzy Cook signing her first pro deal this summer, making her full league debut today. As the game is restarted quickly, and that's a missed opportunity perhaps from Bristol City there. Players in the box wanting the cross, and instead it'll be a throw into Durham. Ball back in play. Ajupi does well to knock it over the head of a Bristol City defender. That's a soft pass from Lazell, and this is perhaps a chance for Durham here. Into the box now. And City eventually do well to recover thanks to Amy Palmer. But that was a slip of concentration there from Naomi Lazell that almost let Durham in.
We can't afford to let them get a foothold in this game right now. We need to keep doing what we've been doing, straight on them, and hopefully put some more pressure back on them.
Ball back to Borthwick. Long ball forward eventually finds its way to Ajupi, but Cataldo cuts it off at the pass, and this perhaps is a chance for Beaver Jones to charge forward. Past one, holds the ball up against the second. Back to Koiken, now Izzy Cook. Nowhere to go, decides to go back to Morgan. Long ball into the box, underneath it is Beaver Jones, and it bounces free for Durham to clear, but not very well, and Beaver Jones is able to leave it for Amy Palmer. On her right foot, goes across to Koiken, 30 yards out. Ball through, almost finds Abby Harrison and maybe Beaver Jones, but eventually Borthwick is able to pick it up and just take the sting out of that Bristol City attack.
Nice ideas, we just can't quite unpick the Durham defence at the moment.
But growing into the game, definitely growing into the game. We've only played 11 minutes of this one. As Lazell takes possession once again, the City try and build something from the back. Bentley ball forward, this time is intercepted well by Holmes. Holmes charging forward on the edge of the box. Lazell does well to stop the first wave, and the second wave of attack from Durham just trickles out for a goal kick.
Durham do look a threat on the counter attack, on the transition. That's something we need to try and nullify and get a hold of. We can't afford to take a breath at the back there when we've got time, because they'll be soon on us.
Cataldo does really well at the back to just skip past a couple of challenges and maintain possession for City. And that gives Lazell the opportunity to run forwards with the ball. Blocked again. Palmer. Ball forward is deflected, but falls kindly to Harrison, who skips past the challenge. Chipped ball forward for Jamat, who controls it with her knee. Beaver Jones is offside, so Jamat has to go on her own, and this time the flag goes up, and perhaps that one was against Simran Jamat.
Interesting decision. That would be interesting to see whether it was Sim offside or whether that was Aggie, or these new offside rules. I don't think us players even sometimes understand them.
No, it's confusing. It looked from where we were that Simran was onside, controlled the ball well. Beaver Jones left it, but
it's the old if you're interfering in play, isn't it? And every official seems to have a different view on that.
Cleared ball finds Heppel. Now Galloway back out. On the right-hand side is Holmes, under pressure from 3 Bristol City defenders. Happy to win the throw-in. Throw-in is taken, finding a free Durham player inside the box, blocked away. And Abby Harrison is there to help out as well, help out defending the striker. Nowhere to go, has to go across to Cataldo. Manages to find some space, but the ball is still there for Galloway. More defending for City to do, and they do it well. Morgan's ball forward finds Jamat with a little bit of time, but time is running out, and eventually the captain, Wilson, gets there. Both sides just maybe lacking a little bit of killer instinct here at the moment. In the early doors of this game, of course. Palmer does well to put pressure on the Durham defence. This is a chance for Izzy Cook to charge forward. She's on the edge of the box, shoots with her right foot, and it's just saved and eventually cleared away by the Durham defence. But great attacking intent there from Izzy Cook. It was a fantastic save.
Brilliant play there. Palmer's that's what she's so good at, winning the ball in centre midfield. Izzy Cook picking up the loose ball, driving with it in. I thought it was going to sneak in then, and I was rooting for it to go in. Izzy Cook fan club, and she's done so well to make her way into the team. A goal's just what she deserves.
Can City find one now? A crossing, well, looked like it was going towards the box, but spins away, and eventually Durham are able to clear. Palmer, Cook is ahead of her, decides to go lateral to Morgan. Morgan with a chip towards Harrison in the box, but cleared away again by the Durham defence. City knocking on the door here. Galloway does really well to hold the ball up and play in Heppel, the danger player for Durham. That's easy enough for Bentley.
It's important that we don't get frustrated here. You know, we're having a lot of the ball and we are doing well with it. It's just about moving it, finding the little gaps, finding the opportunities, and it will come. We look dangerous. The Durham centre halves are probably going to win everything in the air, so it's just about finding those little pockets of space, get a half turn, get a bit of space and unleash a shot.
Throw in taken. Back to Borthwick. Lazell would watch that one go out for a throw. And touchwood so far, the City defence is coping reasonably well with the threats that Durham are throwing at them.
Yeah, brilliant clean sheet against Liverpool. Really build some confidence from that, and that's what we need to be doing. You know, if you don't concede a goal, you're guaranteed a point every game. You know, and with our forward line up and the quality we have in midfield and fullbacks going forward, we can cause teams problems.
Flo Allen with me this afternoon on Robins TV. City defender. And City look to start an attack from the throw. Fionn Morgan trying to find a City head and still bouncing around down there. We're waiting for somebody to take control of possession in the middle of the park. Long ball forward. Will go out for another throw, which Morgan trots over to take. Long throw from Morgan. Gains 15 yards of possession, if you like, of territory, I should say, for City. Taken quickly. Abby Harrison holding the ball up well, as she does so well, week in, week out, and now charging towards the box and wins Bristol City.
Well played, Abby Harrison, well played. Made something out of nothing there. And the defenders just can't cope with her. She's turning, she's a danger, and she's won us a corner there out of pretty much nothing, and that's what she's so good at.
I find with Abby Harrison, when the game's not happening, she's the joker in the pack. But when the game's on, there's nobody more serious and more determined on the field to win that game for Bristol City. As the corner is taken short, back to Palmer. Crosses in now, and now it's cleared away by Durham, but only as far as Palmer once again. Her first time pass is going to be intercepted, and now perhaps a chance for Durham to counter-attack, but there's Izzy Cook with a sliding challenge, won the ball fairly and gets a solid round of applause from those fans in the stands.
Brilliant defending there. That's been something that's been letting us down, is the transition after corners, and we've dealt with it really well there. It's pleasing to see.
Cataldo in a more central position at the moment. Morgan with the ball forward, chip towards Jamat. Won't find its intended target.
Yeah, going back to the Abby Harrison as the joker in the pack, she is a bundle of fun. Brings a lot of smiles and laughter to the team.
But it's true, isn't it, that when the game is the game is on, that joker disappears completely.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the wrong side of it, I'll tell you that as well. So, but yeah, great to have around the team.
Ball out from Wilson there, won't find its intended target. Lauren Smith wanting to get the game back underway quickly. Back to Murray, who will go back to her goalkeeper. Coming together there between Cataldo and I think that was Holmes down there. Be a throw in though. And a player down at the moment. It's Wilson, the captain for Durham, who is down at the moment.
Such a superb facility at the High Performance Centre. We've been so lucky to be able to. We now train there once a week, play our games there on a Sunday, and it's an absolutely amazing facility. There's no excuses when you step out onto that on a Sunday afternoon. The pitch is special. It'll be great to see how we go through the season with it, because it's going to be in fine form the whole year for us, and that's what we need, because we're a team who likes to pass the ball. We like to take the game to the opposition, and to have a world-class facility to use is amazing. And the changes the club have made this year has been brilliant. We've seen a lot of positive changes, and hopefully it's starting to show on the pitch.
Yeah, hopefully. It's sort of the final piece, isn't it, perhaps, for Bristol City, is having this centre, and especially for the women's team as well.
Yeah, we feel like we're one big club, which is what it should be. And we really feel part of that now, and it's special to be a part of that, because there's some truly amazing things happening throughout the club. To top it off, if we could get promotion at the end of the year, that's the aim.
Now, that would be the cherry on the top of the cake, wouldn't it? I think Wilson is okay to continue. She's off the field at the moment, but I think she should be okay to come back on as play back underway once again. Ball won by Koiken, but another throw for Durham on this near side. Another one for Hill to take. Goes long, chested down, but City win possession thanks to Koiken. Wins it with her right, passes out with her left.
We can really see this Durham high press now. Done well to get out of it.
Yeah, Durham turning the screw, but City are able to get out of it, as you say, Flo. Long ball forwards, which Jamat will chase if she can, putting Hill under pressure, and Hill is just happy enough to see that one out for, well, it's kept in well. Superbly well, in fact, by Holmes. And Heppel goes forward, but Tara Murray shrugs her off, passes back to her goalkeeper, and City win the ball back. Little flick from Amy Palmer. Tricky one, that, for Koiken to control.
Yeah, never easy when it's coming to you at that height, and you've got some pressure coming. Unfortunately, we just couldn't keep possession there. The Durham player looks like she's struggling here.
Yeah, it's Hill down this time. Down at the moment, Abby Harrison giving her a pat on the back. Durham, as we've mentioned, a solid championship team. 2 wins and a draw so far this season, but consistently up there, as you mentioned, Flo, at championship level.
Yeah, I remember we played them in the FA Cup 3 seasons ago. It may even be a bit more now. This is when we were playing back at SGS, and they were a really tough side, and they beat us on the day, and fully deserved it. They kind of shocked us. They played so well, but a lot of the players are still there, so they know what it takes to win games, and so this, we've treated this game with the utmost respect, because they are very, very good opposition and know the league inside out.
Well, it will be a substitution I think Hill won't be playing a further part in this game, unfortunately, as we wait for confirmation of that. Palmer. Back to Murray, back to Bentley. Morgan does well to control over on the far side. Long ball forward to find Abby Harrison, who chests it down well. Only Jamat ahead of her. Can she find her? Oh, it's Beaver Jones, and it's fallen kindly into the hands of Borthwick in goal for Durham.
This is good pressure, really good pressure. One of these crosses is just gonna fall to a Bristol City player. I can feel it. It's coming soon.
Yeah, it just needs that killer. It needs a real sort of a great chance for City, doesn't it? And that killer pass is just maybe lacking at the moment, but the City are growing into this one as Palmer finds another great through ball. Maybe it's this one. Maybe this is the opportunity for Beaver Jones. Takes a touch, slides one back, looking for Jamat, but Durham are able to clear. Palmer wins possession back. Spreads play out wide for Morgan to run forwards. Izzy Cook ahead of her. Cook checks onto her left foot. Back to Jamat, lets it run through her legs. Maybe that was a mistake, and Durham are able to break again, and a Dupe just gets pulled back by Naomi Lazell.
Clever foul, clever foul. Should never say that, but sometimes a tactical foul is needed. Or unfortunate she's been booked for that, but
yeah, maybe somewhat a little harsh.
Yes.
Didn't go down a Dupe, just got perhaps tugged back a little bit.
Very harsh, inside her own half.
And Lazell will get the first yellow card of the game. Interesting enough, you'll see number 16 there, Kristen, came on for Becky Hill. So I think that's a like-for-like change. Kristen should just slot straight into that right-back role. She came on for Hill. Well, the whistle has gone. The ball's in the back of the net, but no real excitement though. When the whistle went quite early on, before the ball even landed, I think we saw perhaps a push in the back against, I think that's Galloway there. It might end up in the back of the net, but the whistle went pretty early. Referee just wants the play restarted. Palmer. Delicately chipped ball out wide to Morgan, who's in an advanced position there. Can she find Izzy Cook? Almost. Took a slight deflection off a Durham player. It'll be a throw into City.
We'll see that a lot from Fionn. She naturally wants to drive and dribble with the ball. Likes to play further forward, so her driving and dribbling from deeper will be a big threat.
Shot from Palmer from a long way out. Won't challenge Borthwick's goal. Palmer does have those in her locker, of course.
Yeah, she can unleash one. She certainly can. It's nice that we are trying different things. We haven't taken too many shots from outside the box at all this season, really. I know Abby Harrison hit a thunderbolt in the home game against Lewis. I actually didn't see it at the time because I was struggling in the corner, waiting for some assistance from the physio. But a hell of a strike from Abby. But if we can take some more shots outside the box and challenge this Durham keeper, I think she'll struggle to save the powerful shots.
Play back underway. Crowded in the middle of the park at the moment, and Palmer skips over a challenge. Jamat controls the ball well. Still really crowded down there. The press from Durham in the middle of the park has worked, and the ball is still in play. But Murray will get to the ball first. Morgan. A couple of red shirts ahead of her. Koiken and Lazell link up well. Not many options ahead of this City defence now. Just maintaining possession of the ball. Lazell keeps the ball in play just about. Thought that almost skipped out of play there.
this Durham side are tricky to break down because of they don't play a very high back line, and so the distance between their units can sometimes be quite big, but because they drop so deep, it's difficult to exploit the space in behind.
And is that somewhere that you think City are just sort of struggling to work out at the moment?
Yeah, it's that final pass. We can't quite seem to find it. We're having a lot of possession in our final third, but not as much in their final third as I think we'd like.
Just under half an hour gone on Robins TV. City 0, Durham 0. If you're only just joining us, Izzy Cook making her full league debut today and has hit the post already for City. We've had a ball in the back of the net from Durham, but after a foul was committed by a Durham player. So there have been some chances in this game. Just waiting for that killer instinct from one of these sides so far. Lazelle finds Morgan, who will charge forward as Flo has just mentioned, and tries to play a ball forwards for Cook. And on this occasion, the ball beats the player to the byline. Megan Borthwick will take the goal kick for Durham. She was the Golden Glove winner last season in the Championship. A solid pair of hands between the sticks. Oh, and that will be a foul against Naomi Lazelle, who has been booked. And that one is against Ajupi. Is there an element of Naomi having to be a little bit careful now?
Well, there is now, yeah. And we're 31 minutes in. But as a defender, you're always on a tight rope. It's always very difficult when you're on a yellow card.
Such a long, so much time still left in this game for Naomi to still manage, isn't there? So
yeah, and we're a bit short of defenders at the moment.
Yeah, we are indeed. Of course, you're injured at the moment.
Yeah, and with Brooke suspended for one game, we're a little bit short at the back.
Chip ball over the top, trying to find Abby Harrison, but it's offside against Harrison, I believe, in the build-up there. So it'll be a free kick to Durham. While we're talking about your injury, how are you getting on? When can we expect to see you back out there?
Yeah, I'm progressing really well. The physios are very happy with how I'm getting on. It was a very weird injury. I went to cross the ball and tore my calf, and was in a lot of pain, as people pointed out on the sidelines watching the game. I think I was down for 2 minutes, but progressing really well.
And City are progressing up the field pretty nicely as well. They're on the edge of the box, putting pressure on this Durham defence, and they have to clear it out for a throw.
Good play there from Abby Harrison again. Hopefully I'll be back in a couple of weeks.
That was going to be my follow-up. Hopefully, when will we see you back? So a couple of weeks' time?
Yeah, a couple of weeks' time, and hopefully back before the next international break.
Excellent.
All being well.
Long ball forward for Fran Bentley. Hasn't had too much to do so far in this first half, touch wood. Lazelle finds Morgan, goes down under a challenge, and it will be a free kick to City on the far side.
Lots of free kicks. We need to avoid the scraps here. This is what Durham will want to do, try and stop the game and break it up with fouls, and that's what we don't want.
First 15 minutes flowed quite nicely. The last 15 or so has been a bit stop-start, hasn't it? This play has restarted with Palmer. Now Morgan charging inside. A couple of options ahead of her, and the pass again is a little too heavy.
We've had 2 wide free kicks in a very similar position, and we just haven't managed to get an end product out of them. I'd like to see something different We tried too short. Let's try something else.
You almost just want a couple of crosses into the box now as well, don't you, really?
Yeah, whip a ball in behind them, and it's so hard as a defender to try and defend a ball that's coming in with pace and you're backtracking.
Long ball is nodded on by Lazelle. Morgan has to help her out under pressure from Galloway, and she does really well to just turn it at 180 degrees and look forward. And I think Morgan does so well actually for Bristol City, always looking forward from that right back position. Throw in taken. Harrison lets it go out. More territory gained for City here.
Rugby fans would be very pleased right now, the territory we're gaining.
They really would. City just making their way further up the field. And there we go, there's another throw in. It's almost a tactic, isn't it? You know, just to try and gain a bit of yardage almost.
You know, 10-15 yards, it really does help. And then all of a sudden, look now, we're in a fantastic position. You know, get the ball on the floor and whip across it, and you never know.
Is that what City can do now? Harrison holding the ball up well. Little back heel almost finds Koiken, but it'll be a throw into City once again. Fourth throw in succession, taken quickly towards Jamat. Can she keep the ball in play? Sliding from Jamat. And unfortunately sliding out of play.
Lovely idea though. Ava's picked the ball up and just seen something and gone with it, and that's what Lauren Smith brings as a coach. She instills confidence in us to go out there and play what we see. You know, nothing's ever wrong. If you see something, go and play it, which is brilliant because everyone's playing with no fear.
Durham defence under pressure. Eventually controlled, and a long ball forward is an easy one surely for the City defence to deal with. It would go out for a throw-in. As we sort of count down towards half-time now. Less than 10 minutes to go. And an early assessment from you, Flo. Is Lauren going to be, speaking of Lauren, as we've just done there, is she going to be reasonably pleased with what she's seen so far?
Yeah, I think there'll probably be some mixed emotions in the changing room. I think on one side we've been really good with the ball and moving it, but at times we've been a bit lackadaisical on the ball, and we just need to sharpen that up and create some clear-cut chances.
Long ball forward from Palmer. Trying to find Harrison. But it's a chance now for Durham to break. A chipped ball forward. 3 Durham players looking for it, but Bentley gets there first.
That's what we've got to be careful of.
Satara Murray has to help out once again there. Ball was rolled out in a dangerous position. City recover well though. Koiken going long, looking for Cook. Durham pressure, Durham defence going backwards and clear it out for a throw.
That's the strength of Durham, is that they are very well organised and very well drilled, and they get bodies behind the ball, and it's difficult to break them down, as we're seeing now.
Lazelle. Palmer does well to find Koiken just ahead of her. Forward pass is denied by the Durham defence. The ball's still in play. It's gone out. Which way is the referee going to decide to give it? It will be for the blue shirts of Durham.
I think Lauren will say at half-time to the girls that we're not switching the ball as quickly as we can. We go down one side and we seem to stay down that side, and Durham are good at getting numbers across. And if we can move the ball quickly and then exploit the weaker side, I think we'll have lots of joy.
Chance for Galloway on the edge of the box. Tries to get past Murray, who just blocks it away. But still on the edge of the box is Holmes, and her shot will spin away and out for a goal kick.
There seems to be more and more flags being added behind the goal each week. It's been really nice to see.
By the end, goodness knows how many flags we'll have.
Oh, that'll be great, won't it?
It will look great. Yeah, we've got flag of Great Britain, Wales, Scotland, and Satara Murray will be pleased. The flag of the US there as well. Ball forward, picked up by Bentley. But the throw goes out for A Durham throw-in.
This is a crucial point of the half now. You can't afford to concede. Great time to score, but you can't afford to concede.
Here come Durham, led by Lambert, who's been able to charge forward. Ball is played back. Can Durham get a cross in? They can, towards the back post. Underneath it is Bentley, who was pushed in the air by Galloway, I think that was. Bentley was underneath it, as we see it again here. And yeah, I think that's probably about right. Bentley underneath it, just gets shoulder barged, doesn't she, as she goes to pluck it out of the sky. Back underway. Harrison. With her back to goal, tries to play in Beaver Jones. Durham ending the half strongly here. 5 minutes to go. Here comes Lambert again. This is Heppel on her left foot, cuts inside. Back inside, there's a chance for Durham. It's still bouncing around down there. Shoots and scores. And finally, a Jupi was able to get a shot away. It was bouncing around down there, through a couple of legs. And Durham take the lead in this game.
Just what we didn't want to happen.
I mean, it's a good finish from a Jupi. I think there's no chance for Fran Bentley in the City goal there.
No, there's nothing Fran can do about that. I mean, you know, we've got to be clearing that ball though. You know, we can't afford to let a Durham player have 3-4 touches inside our 18-yard box. But
it all started here, didn't it, with Lambert charging forward, playing in Heppel, who is the danger player, of course. And then Ajupi's just able to sort of skip past a couple of challenges, maybe put it past the heel of Naomi Lazell there.
I think I put the commentator's curse on that about 2 minutes before.
Oh no.
Saying that we can't concede now. But we've got time here. We can end the half brightly.
4 minutes to go in this first half.
We're making a habit of this, conceding and coming from behind to win. So we've done it before, and there's plenty of time left. The girls just need to relax and remember that there's still a long way to go.
Cataldo charging forward. City trying to finish the half strongly if they can. Palmer. Flicked ball through, finds Harrison in an onside position, looking to play in Jamat. Nice idea. But denied by a Durham defender. Here goes Lambert again, finding space at the end of this first half. It's a similar pass out to Galloway. As we've seen for the goal, in comes the cross now, and it will just slap the top of Fran Bentley's goal. But a dangerous cross.
The girls need to get into half-time, regroup and go again. We look a little bit shocked. You know, that's football sometimes, you go one behind. But we just need to regroup, and Smithy will get them in at half-time and have a few words probably.
Lazell, plenty of time with the ball at her feet. Ball forward is cleared away. Palmer. Morgan looking forward. But the ball is miscontrolled by her. And gets away with it. It'll be a throw into City.
Lovely bit of skill from the Durham player, but thankfully for us, she ran out of pitch.
All in vain, sadly. Koiken looking to find Beaver Jones. Goes over her head. And the ball just about goes out of play for Satara Murray to take the throw in. The half just sort of burning out a little bit, fizzling out a little bit here. As you say, City perhaps shocked by going behind. Just trying to get a foothold in the game again now.
We're seeing a lot of long balls as well, and this isn't something that we...
Oh, and there's a mistake from Satara Murray. The ball rolls under her feet. This is Galloway. Murray recovers well, though, gives it back to Bentley, and City are able to survive.
Yeah, managed to get herself out of jail there.
Murray charging forward again. She needs to get control of the ball here. The pressure is coming from the Durham attackers.
Yeah, we haven't responded overly great to conceding a goal, and Durham are putting good pressure on us.
Chips ball forward. Is Holmes onside? She is. She can get a cross in. It's a low cross. Bentley won't get there. It's still a chance here for Lambert, perhaps, the Durham attacker. The midfielder shoots, and it's well saved by Bentley.
Yeah, well held, Fran.
Again, good recovery from Bentley there. I think she misjudged the cross from the Durham player, Holmes. But a good save. City just trying to get to half-time, it feels, at the moment. Find out very shortly how much added time we'll get. Harrison playing a little bit deeper here. Gives it back to Lazelle. And that'll be out for a throw. Cataldo finds Palmer. Ball forward. Finds Jamat. 4 minutes of added time here in this first half. Perhaps plenty of time for City to find an equaliser. Morgan has time to cross the ball in towards Harrison, whose header is high and wide, unfortunately.
Lovely ball in from Fionn out there. This is what we need more of. Get balls in the box, whether that's low-driven balls or whether that's driving and dribbling with it, and just cause the Durham defenders problems. I feel like everything's in front of them at the moment and they're very happy. As a defender, you don't want balls being cut in behind you. You want everything in front of you. It's easy to defend. So I think at half-time, I think we need to just regroup and all have a think and how we're going to break down this Durham team.
Morgan under pressure from Heppel. Back to Morgan, who's charging forward now. Ball is blocked away. Heppel has it back. Chipped ball. Calls for offside. Not given at the moment. Here come Durham once again. Can they get a cross into the box? It's a low cross and it's just about gone past Bentley's near post. I think it was Galloway down there who just about got there ahead of Satara Murray.
Yeah, that was very dangerous from Durham. They had a player on the edge of the box as well who was unmarked, and thankfully for us, the Durham winger didn't quite lift her head and find her, because I think we should have found the Durham player running in. I think that might have been 2-0.
Harrison goes down under a push in the back. I think that's Wilson down there. Yep. Hand up from Wilson saying, yep.
Oh, I'd like to see this delivered into the box. We've played too short from wide positions.
Palmer is on this free kick. She's got 3 in the box, well 4 now if you count Beaver Jones just making her way in there. So perhaps this one is going to be chipped in. It is coming towards the back post is Cook, who does win the header. But it's an easy enough one for Durham to just leave and let it go out for a goal kick.
The girls will know that they're not out of third gear at the moment. And the good thing for Lauren Smith is that she's got some good players on the bench to bring on. You know, our squad depth this year is very good. And also we've got a lot of bright young players who have a point to prove. And as a youngster, you don't play with any fear. See that with Izzy Cook. Doesn't play with any fear. And Lauren Smith will know that she's got players she can bring on if she needs to change things.
It's a bit too strong in the air there from Beaver Jones. It was flying into the back of the Durham midfielder Robson. Just over a minute to go left of added time.
I think we know where this one's going. I think this is getting launched into the box.
Looks that way, doesn't it? I think you might be absolutely right here, Flo. Salicki goes long. Only 1 to aim for. It's still up in the air. Morgan does well to control it. 45 seconds to go at the end of this first half. Can City finish it with a flourish? Morgan goes forward and the ball just about kept in play by the Durham defence. Lazelle. Koiken's under pressure. She goes down under a challenge and wins the free kick.
She did well to win a free kick there in a difficult position with players closing her down.
Yeah, I think that's Heppel down there at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like Beth Heppel.
Testing her ankle.
It's been quite stop-start the last 10-15 minutes, like you say. This is suiting Durham down to the ground, and this is something in the second half we can't afford to let happen. They want this game to be stop-start, and that's not suiting our style of play.
And they have the advantage now, of course, of being a goal up, Durham. So they can try and manoeuvre this game to be stop-start if they want to, of course. They don't have to chase the game.
It's not all doom and gloom. We have looked bright in spells. It's just finding that cutting edge and that killer pass and taking our opportunities.
Throw in for Morgan only. Far side. And that is the half-time whistle. City go into the break trailing 1-0, and Flo, I'll just get your thoughts there on that first half. I mean, City, for me, dominated the first half an hour or so, and out of nowhere Durham go ahead and they end the half quite strongly as well.
It's been a familiar theme this season. Started the half well and then tapered off towards the end, and unfortunately we've conceded a goal, but look, half time's here, we'll regroup, and hopefully the girls will come out with a bang in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just about to see that you can see the back of her head there, Lauren Smith. She's about to make her way across with Leah Cataldo. Is she the sort of manager? I mean, we don't really get it in the modern game anymore, that's throwing teacups. She doesn't strike me as that sort of manager. What sort of messages will she be giving at half-time?
No, she won't be giving anyone the hairdryer treatment, that's for sure. She'll be very positive. If things are needed to be said, don't get me wrong, they'll be said. But I think the players will go in now and have 5 minutes before she walks in, and to be honest, the players will kind of say everything that she's going to come in and say before she even walks in.
Yeah.
The players will know they're not our third gear yet, but that's exciting for us because we know there's a lot more to come from Bristol.
Okay, the players are going in for a break. We're going to take a break too. We'll be back with some more analysis after this.
We heard the UK's yoghurt-loving superfans wanted something super thick and homegrown. A yoghurt that's high in protein, low in fat and naturally low in sugar. Fit for breakfast, lunch and everything in between. But such a thing didn't exist. So we made our own. Yo Valley Super Thick, lovingly made on home soil.
Paul Archer here from the Nexus Group. Hopefully by now you recognise our logo on the back of the lads' shorts. As a City fan and a Bristol businessman, I want to help as many companies as I can with their recruitment needs, especially as we come out of this awful pandemic and lockdown. And for any customer, new or old, that puts an order in with us before now and the beginning of next season, we'll put you in a draw to win a VIP matchday experience as guests of me and the Nexus team.
Welcome back to Robins TV, where it's half-time at the HPC. City are trailing 1-0. Flo, I mean, we talked about it briefly there at the end of commentary. I mean, what positive messages can Lauren Smith give to her squad at half-time? Because it's not been all doom and gloom, as you say.
It hasn't been all doom and gloom, and I think she'll be telling the girls to keep knocking on the door, to keep trying to find those through balls, those killer passes, and just to shoot, really. I think we haven't tested the Durham keeper at all. We've had a long shot on a couple of occasions, but we haven't had any clear-cut chances as of yet. And I think she'll be saying to them, we've got to move the ball quicker, because we're getting into little battles in midfield where that's Durham's strength, is that they like to break the play up, and for us, we've got to play around that and potentially look to use the wings a bit better.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at the chances that have been in this game so far. We'll start with what you mentioned there, actually, City's long shot. So just talk us through this.
Yeah, so Izzy Cook, bright spark. I was rooting for her to score. I really thought it was going to creep in. brilliant strike, just unfortunate on that occasion.
Yeah, she hit the post. I think that hits the post, doesn't it? So yeah, it was a very, very good effort. Then, unfortunately, of course, Durham go in 1-0 up. So this is their goal here, Durham.
Yeah, they've done well, Durham, to keep the ball alive. You know, you look here and you think, oh, Bristol have got numbers in the box, and this is where I think we need to do better. You know, 1, 2, 3 players. Not a lot Fran can do. You know, she can't do anything to stop that. It's a good finish in the end, but yeah, we've got to do better there.
Yeah, we're going to watch it again, and I just wondered, the movement from Lambert here just catches, I think, Koiken off guard a little bit here, doesn't she? Charges forward.
Yeah, it does, and something that we've not been good at is picking players up on the edge of the box, and the goal scorer's got free on the edge of the box and had that time and space to think, oh, I can take a touch forward, and you know, 2-3 boxes in our area, 2-3 touches in our area isn't what we want. So yeah. We've got to get closer and close that down.
Yeah, and Durham just kept pushing as well. I mean, we're going to see another chance here now for them. Pretty soon after, a really dangerous cross into the box. Yeah,
good ball in from the Durham player. I think Fran always knew it was going over, but they've had a couple of crosses and we just need to be careful.
Yeah, Fran Bretney definitely had her work cut out towards the end of that half. We're going to see one of her saves now that she made in that first half. She certainly had her work cut out, didn't she, in the last 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, she did. I thought this looked offside at the time, but it mustn't have been offside. And the Durham player's been bright there to keep the ball alive. But again, we're not getting out to close down. But good hands from Fran, and she looks comfortable in goal. She does. She looks very comfortable and seems to be assured with the defenders in front of her. But a goal down at half-time, that's not what anyone would have wanted.
Not ideal, no. I mean, it's Lambert again, isn't it, that takes that shot there. She ended the half really strongly, actually, for Durham. But City have had their chances of their own. We're going to see now the chance for Abby Harrison towards the end here.
Brilliant ball in from Fionn. I think Abs will be disappointed with herself, but look, it's a difficult header. She's going backwards, and to generate any power in any direction when you're going backwards is difficult. Yeah, just as we see here, she's off balance, she's going backwards, and she actually starts outside of the frame of the goal, and to get that on target from there is very difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. And then one more chance in this half. There have been a few chances, we have to say. Yeah, Durham just getting one right near the near post here, right before the end of...
Yeah, this was the one that I was worried about, 37 on the edge. I think that's the one I thought, if the Durham player picks her head up out wide, then that could have been 2-0, and that wouldn't have been what we wanted.
Yeah, really, they're catching City. It's like you say, the defenders don't want to be running back towards their own goal, do they?
And that's been a reoccurring theme this season, is their late midfield runners, and we've got to pick that up in the second half.
Absolutely. But going forward, what does City need to do to get back into this game then?
I think we've shown some really good signs. I think the wingers haven't had a lot of time with the ball at their feet. I'd like to see the wingers get the ball down, drive, commit the fullbacks, and you never know. You know, we won a penalty here at home last time out, and if we could do something similar like that, and just put some pressure on the Durham back four, really, and create some chances. Take a shot. You never know. You don't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket, do you? So.
Exactly right, yeah. And I mean, the key to that, I guess, will be the link-up play between Abby Harrison and Simran Jamaat. And I think at the moment, we're just seeing them maybe playing as two strikers rather than one team, perhaps, up there.
I think it's been difficult because the squad's so competitive. We haven't had the same 11 week in, week out. So to build the relationship, it's still very early on. We're match week 4. But yeah, like you say, I think maybe they're finding it difficult to link up, and that maybe is credit to the Durham centre halves who are dealing with them well, but maybe that's something that Lauren needs to look at and maybe just tweak the formation slightly.
Yeah, we may well see that before the end of this game. Now, before we get back underway with the second half, you might be watching this and thinking about your choices for further education. Here at Bristol City, of course, we have the Robbins Foundation, and they've linked up with Merchants Academy, who have a BTEC Level 3 diploma in sport and exercise science, which could be for you. Watch this video to see if this is something you could do.
At Merchants Academy, in conjunction with the Robbins Foundation, we teach the BTEC Level 3 Extended Diploma in Sport and Exercise Science. Good progression routes to university, so it's for students who want to go and study at a higher education in the sports sector, so it's a really good route for things like sport and exercise science, sports physiotherapy, sports nutrition, those types of courses.
The module I'm most looking forward to is the physio part of the course.
It helps to learn other ways except from being in a classroom all the time.
So I'm Jonathan House, I'm the Merchant Centre lead. So I oversee the partnership between Merchants Academy and the Bristol City Women Foundation. So we're not about producing the best players, but we're about producing kind of well-rounded players and well-rounded students who hopefully can learn something. We work through a practical syllabus, so hopefully they pick up some bits, but equally their education is the most important thing, and we're here just to provide a little bit extra for them as well, and hopefully they really enjoy that part of the course.
My name's Kelsey and I'm studying the Level 3 BTEC Extended Diploma in Sport at Merchants Academy. I feel like it would be a good opportunity for me to get 3 A-levels in one course and also help me to go on to uni. So with the physical side of it, I feel like it would be really good for me to have obviously my fitness up and obviously interact with all the other sixth formers as well. I wanted to come back to Merchants because they have so many facilities that draw me in. So they have like the nice football pitch, they also have the Astro, and they have a gym and also 2 sport halls. Everyone on the course, we're all a really good team together and everyone is amazing as well.
Robins Foundation doing stellar work once again in the community and also for the next generation of people looking to get into sport and exercise science, which could be for you, a BTEC Level 3 diploma with the Robins Foundation. And I might ask you about that actually. I mean, it's important, isn't it, it shows what football can do for people. It's not just about 11 players on the field. There's so much that can be done in terms of community stuff as well.
Yeah, the Robins Foundation has some great initiatives going, and education is so important. I mean, for myself, I've been to university and got my degree now, and it is something that's really important because football can bring a lot, but you do also need something behind you.
Absolutely. So I want to ask you as well about the championship as a whole. So we're waiting for the players to come back out, of course, which you'll be able to see behind me now. So the championship as a whole, next week we have Sunderland coming to the HPC. It's a double header now of home games for City today and next week. What are you expecting? I know it's too early to say, but what are you expecting from them next week?
Sunderland have been a bit of a surprise package this year, having been promoted from the division below. They've started well, really, really well, and I don't think anyone expected them to be as strong as they are. It'll be good to see some fellow former Bristol players in Grace McCarthy next week. She was at the club when I was just a 16-year-old coming through, and so it'll be nice to see some familiar faces again. But yeah, they're a brilliant team. And that's what's so good about the championship this year is anyone can beat anyone on the day, which makes it a great league to watch and a great league to play in because every week is going to be a hard-fought contest. But yeah, they're going to be good. They're going to be a tough team like Durham, and we don't really know a lot about them. So yeah.
Tough team, tough test. It'll be on Robins TV next Sunday, of course, and you can watch that here again next weekend. Players are just about on their way ready to come out now. I can see the subs coming back onto the field for the dugouts and just finding. So, I mean, we've asked about the messages that Lauren Smith will be saying. You mentioned earlier about before Lauren Smith gets in the changing room, some of the players will be having words to say as well. Who leads that sort of conversation? Is that Amy Palmer because she has the armband, or does that really matter in that sort of situation?
It will be very, very spread out throughout the team. Usually the defenders will have a chat together because as defenders you're obviously talking to each other a lot, and you'll talk to the people who you play with on the pitch quite a lot. But there'll also be a few people. It's different every game who will have something to say. The younger players are usually very quiet, which isn't always a good thing. But as a young player coming through, you naturally tend to be quiet. Yeah. But that's when you have the experience in Sitara Murray and players like that to help everyone who is a young player coming through. But there'll be players in there who will not be holding back, I'll tell you that right now. If there's things to be said, they'll be said.
Absolutely, but also positive messages from the team too about what the team are doing well, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely, and there's a lot of positive messages to take from that first half. Just need a goal or two.
Yes, we do indeed. Okay, right, well, while we wait, I think we can see a sub warming up on your screen there. So while we do that, I think me and you will get back into our commentary position.
Looks like Chloe O'Connor's coming on. So
okay, so yeah, there you go. Yes, number 11. So Chloe O'Connor coming on. Yeah. Is that going to be a striking option, do you think?
Well, she's looked very lively in training, so it'll be good to see where she plays. I think she'll play as an advanced midfielder, but it'll be interesting to see.
Okay, well, we'll find out about that change very shortly. It's time for me and you to get back into our commentary position ahead of the teams coming out, I think. So, yes, we'll head up to our commentary position now.
Please welcome back your team in red and white. It's Bristol City.
Well, there you have it. The Bristol City girls out once again for the second half. And so we can see Chloe O'Connor warming up, as you mentioned there, Flo. Just need to keep an eye on now. We're counting numbers and faces to see who she is replacing.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who she comes on for, and if she's coming on straight away, or whether Lauren's going to give the players some time and then she comes on. But maybe that's maybe what the game needs. Somebody with fresh legs and a new perspective potentially, who's not been on the pitch and can see different pictures, and hopefully unpick that lock that is Durham's resilient defence at the moment.
Now, to my untrained eye, it looks like it might be a replacement for Simran Jamaat, perhaps. It looks like Simran on the right-hand side of your screen there, walking back with her jacket on, so it might be O'Connor for Jamaat by the looks of things.
Yeah, it's tough on Sim because I don't think she's really put a foot wrong. But look, it's an opportunity for Chloe to come on and somebody who's got a brilliant left foot, and as the only out-and-out left footer in the team, it's something that will cause Durham a different problem, potentially cutting in and unleashing a shot from outside of the box, which she loves to do in training.
Yeah, we're almost ready to go. Yep, O'Connor there getting stripped and ready to come on. And there is that change.
And a half-time substitution for Bristol City, leaving the field number 10, Simran Jamaat, number 11, Chloe.
So 45 minutes to go then for City to turn this one around and see if they can do what they seems to be a bit of a trend here, come from behind to get a result.
45 minutes to turn the game around. We've done it before, and time to do it again.
So Durham will kick us off in their all-blue strip. Playing from right to left in this half, of course. Long ball forward is intercepted well by a City player early on. Murray's pass is intercepted, but Koikin does well. Looks like Morgan has swapped sides this half.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Interestingly, they've swapped back over to how they were playing against Liverpool, with Morgan down the left and Leah Cataldo down the right. So potentially a tactical change there.
Ball forward, which Satara Murray should be able to deal with, and does so. But her pass is intercepted, and it'll be a throw into Durham. Good early pressure from the side from the northeast.
It'll be interesting to see if Lauren Smith wants to swap Aggie Beaver-Jones and Izzy Cook over in this second half to give the Durham fullbacks a different problem.
City waiting for a cross that eventually comes, but easy enough for Bentley to clutch out of the sky. Starts things quickly, and the ball falls kindly back to Durham once again.
Those long balls are playing into Durham's hands. That's what they want.
City just need to get the ball under control perhaps and try and play some stuff on the floor. No real foothold in the second half so far. Koiken under pressure, nowhere to go, decides to go across her own box to Lazell, and City do well to get out of danger.
Done really well there.
Cataldo charging forwards. Pass was intercepted and I think knocked a Durham player on her back there. It was Robson down there. Izzy Cook's pass is intercepted by Lambert, who is everywhere at the end of the end of the first half. Has another chance to charge into the box here. Nowhere to go, so has to go backwards. And City are able to clean things up. Palmer looking forwards. Now here goes Morgan with a chance to run forwards. Playing left back in this half and finds Beaver-Jones. Can she get across into the box? Goes down under a challenge and the referee gives a free kick on the very edge of the box. Holmes doesn't like it.
I think, unfortunately for Bristol, she's given the first foul, which was just on the edge of the box, it looked like. I think there was 2 fouls there, one on the edge and then one inside, but unfortunately she's given the one right on the edge. But
right.
A good opportunity here.
It's very close. It was a very close challenge to that edge of the box. If she'd done it half a second later, it would have been a penalty, of course, but this is an opportunity for Amy Palmer.
Great opportunity here. Just got to make sure we hit the target and then the rest of the girls need to be following in.
48 minutes played. It's a nice angle, this, for the right foot of Palmer. Deliberating with Ava Koiken down there of who's taking this one, but it will be Palmer. Palmer on her right foot goes across to Koiken, who drives it, and it'll be wide of Borthwick's goal.
Nice idea, but we've got to hit the target.
It's almost set up for Palmer to strike there, but City tried something clever.
Sometimes they come off and fly into the top corner, but...
And they're played for weeks afterwards, but on this occasion doesn't quite work out.
We need one of those strikes to fly in the top corner, I have a feeling.
Ball is blocked and volleyed away nicely, that by Robson. Bentley under a little bit of pressure. Clears it away. Nice idea from Cook, and the ball is taken away from Cataldo. Sliding challenge, that. And a fair one. Throw-in taken, flicked on by O'Connor. Comes off the shoulder of Harrison, it'll be a throw-in to Durham. Briggs to take the throw. Headed away by Cataldo. Cataldo, of course, promoted with Leicester City last season. Another player who knows this level well. And good experience of the level too.
Yeah, we need that. Somebody who knows what promotion feels like and how it's achievable. And she's been there, done that the last year.
Certainly a standout player so far in this game, I think. Her and Morgan, certainly down the flanks, have been charging forward really well. Murray Clears it away with her thigh. Still not quite away. Now finally City are able to clear their lines. But back it comes towards them. This is Holmes on her left foot, strikes it. And that's not too far away from Bentley's goal, you know. Decent effort that from Holmes. Cook's control is a good one. Palmer goes long, trying to play in Beaver Jones.
We're struggling to get out of our own half here. Hopefully now we can build off this throw-in and work something in their final third.
Just need to get something going here, City. Haven't been able to do much so far in this game.
I think we've seen a slight change in formation here. I think Abby Harrison now is playing up top on her own. Looks as if Chloe's slotted into midfield, with now a 3 in midfield rather than a 2 up front. I think that will suit Abby Harrison a bit more. She likes to run off the shoulder of the centre halves, and now she'll have 2 defenders to work off now.
Yeah, she's more than happy running. It's quite a hard thing to do in football, isn't it? That job of playing on your own up front. But I think Abby relishes it, doesn't she?
I think she's just a top quality striker,
yeah.
and any opportunity you give her, you always feel like she's going to score. She just hasn't managed to have that chance yet. But there's still a lot of time left in the game.
Maybe if she gets the opportunity from 40 yards out again, she might hit another rocket like she did the last time we were here. As it is, City have some defending to do from a corner. First corner of the second half goes to Durham. A few other games around at the moment, which I'll tell you about. Cross towards the back post. Evades everybody, and Cataldo, I think down there, is just able to clear her lines. Ball looked like it had gone out of play, but we play on. No, the referee does bring it back now. It'll be a throw into Bristol City. Still, City unable to just clear their lines at the moment. It's good pressure, this, from Durham. Cataldo just tries to clear it again. It's a Durham player that's there. The ball is played across. This is a chance. Player goes down in the box. Murray is still trying to clear it away, and eventually City are able to just get it out of danger as far as they can.
Palms did well there. Just did enough to put Beth Heppel off her strike.
And Heppel does indeed love to strike the ball. Throw into City. Throw into Durham over on the far side. City, of course, the one of the early kick-offs on this Sunday afternoon. The only other game is between Charlton and Blackburn. Charlton winning that one 1-0 at the moment. As the ball comes into the box, but it's easy enough for City to clear. And Harrison's able to control. It's a really nice turn, that, from Abby Harrison, and here she goes. 40 yards out. We've seen that before, but this time she gets taken out, does she? No, the referee waves play on. Harrison looked to skip past the Durham player, and Harrison's on her own up there.
I think she's got a good shout here for a foul. I think the Durham player is the last person between the goal and Abby, and another day the referee blows for a free kick, and the Durham player could have been in trouble.
The only thing I might think is that Abby knew what she was doing there. She was trying to be clever, wasn't she? Because she knew she didn't have any options ahead of her. And maybe the referee just thinks she was trying to sell a foul a little bit. Bentley almost clattered into there as she clears that ball away. Another long ball, which Cataldo is able to just nod on for O'Connor. This time Koiken tries to play it through for Beaver Jones, and it won't find a red foot.
Interestingly, our wingers seem to be playing very narrow in the second half. Potentially, Lauren Smith has changed our tactics here and wants the fullbacks to give us the width and the wingers to play more narrow and cause the Durham back four a different problem.
Long ball forward, catches Cataldo out here. Ball forward is still there, and eventually City are able to clear it away. Durham now just getting a few sights of goal, a few opportunities. Abby Harrison onside at the moment, crosses in towards the back post and just evades Aggie Beaver Jones. And now the offside flag goes up.
Lovely ball across from Abby.
Brilliant work from Abby Harrison, that.
So all it takes is one bit of quality and we'll be back in this game.
And where's that going to come from, I wonder? Might be the woman on your screen right now.
Smithy might be thinking, does she roll the dice now? Mel Johnson's on the bench, has been playing really well.
Well, it was Mel Johnson who changed the game against Lewis. Won the penalty. That got City a winner. Pass for Izzy Cook. Can she keep the ball in play? No, she can't.
I think Durham are going to try and wind the clock down from here on out.
They've got half an hour and some to hold on here. Durham, not that they're holding on, but you know that City will be going for this. They have to. They're trailing the game. They'd like to stay unbeaten at the HPC. 1 from 1 so far. Ball forward, finds its way nicely to Morgan. Durham wants a foul, not going to be given. Here goes Morgan, trying to find Abby Harrison, who's offside and doesn't even attempt to get the ball there. The referee still calls the offside flag.
I think she wanted that a second earlier. She'd made the run and Fiona Morgan's checked back, and I thought she'd seen that Abby was offside and thought she was going to lay it off inside. But unfortunately, Abby had just made the run a second earlier and the ball hadn't come. But promising.
It is promising. It's a second change for Durham here. Johnson's coming on for them. And looks like Galloway will be the one who comes off.
Former Bristol player Ali Johnson. It'd be interesting to see where she plays. It looks like she's going to come over on this left-hand side.
Yeah, Ali Johnson was at Bristol City back in 2018 and 19. Played a few games for the Robins, and yeah, as you say, back once again. Ball takes a couple of deflections, but should be easy enough for Bentley to clear, and it is. Lazelle, little bit of time to find Cataldo, and now Cook. Good passing this from City, and they win themselves the throw.
Done well to get out of a tight situation there.
Abby Harrison wanting the ball immediately and getting it. Tries to flick it on for O'Connor. Chipped ball forward, which Morgan wins the header. I feel like the next goal in this game is crucial here, Flo. We're at the hour mark now. If City get it, we should be in for a grandstand finish. And can Beaver Jones be the one to secure that? She's in the box. She's got options back if she needs them. One of them is Izzy Cook, who shoots and it's blocked.
Izzy Cook. I thought that was your chance. Just thought she was going to step onto it with her left foot.
The Hollywood ending wasn't quite there yet for Izzy Cook.
Brilliant ball back from Abby Beaver Jones. Did great to get her head up and pick out Izzy. It's coming though, we're showing good signs.
Chip ball forward to Abby Harrison, who's onside, and on the volley, well, now the offside flag goes up. Well, goodness me. I thought Abby Harrison had done some magic once again. Look at this, brilliant chested down on her thigh and spins and shoots, but the offside flag goes up.
Always happens, doesn't it?
Goodness me. Well, fans of the City men's team will remember a certain Nicky Maynard scoring a goal like that, and it wasn't too dissimilar from Abby Harrison there. He could create magic, and Abby Harrison was so close to doing the same, but for the offside flag. But that's certainly livened up. You might be able to hear there the supporters out in force over on the far side, cheering on their team.
Always in fine voice, our supporters. They were brilliant when we went up to Liverpool a couple of weekends back, and always supporting us and have some brilliant songs. So they do make us smile, and they do put a spring in your step.
And it might be just what City needed this last half an hour or so, that support. Cataldo gets pulled back and wins the free kick. City with a little bit of urgency here. And Johnson just gets a talking to from the referee. City trying to get the play restarted quickly. Denied from doing so. Murray stumbles but stays on her feet. Morgan with a nice ball forward, and Amy Palmer, first time pass, just a little bit too heavy on that occasion.
Lovely ball from Fiona Morgan. Got her head up and picked a lovely pass there. We're showing good signs.
Yeah, I was going to say, Flo, in the last few minutes, City certainly seem to have stepped their foot on the gas a little bit here, haven't they? Ball forward again, finds Harrison, who controls really well, and a nice pass looking for Amy Palmer. Just too many blue shirts ahead of her.
Abby Harrison's really come into the game the last 5 minutes or so.
Foul from Ava Koikim. Just dived in a little bit too early there, or too late, I should say.
I think we know where this one's going.
Yeah, once again, just inside their own half here, Durham. I think both teams have come with their own, well, you know, the tactics have changed for both sides now. City have put their foot on the pedal, haven't they? And Durham are just trying to take the sting out of it now and try and see this game out a little bit. Taldo with the throw. Headed away by Briggs. And now cleared away by Briggs. Still bouncing around. Who can get a control of the ball here? Finally, it's a Durham player that does.
A bit of pinball in centre of midfield there.
Certainly congested. Long ball. Cleared away.
Game's suddenly become very open. Just need to get a foot on this game and create some chances.
Two options ahead. One of them was offside, and the ball eventually goes through to Borthwick.
I think the change in formation's definitely helped us out here. We look a lot more threatening. Abby Harrison's playing as that lone striker role, but the wingers seem to be more into the game, and we're having a lot more joy this second half.
The wind starting to pick up now at the HPC. Murray, ball forward, nice turn from Beaver Jones. Can she get something going for City here? Charging towards the box, she's in the box, goes towards the byline. Can she keep the ball in play? No, but City do win a corner in the process.
Brilliant work from Aggie Beaver Jones down on the left-hand side. Just thought, oh, is the Durham player going to foul her here? Are we going to get a penalty? But she does excellent to win a corner. Let's see what we can do from this.
Excellent work from the Chelsea loanee. That's up to Amy Palmer to get a good delivery into the box here. Plenty of options in there. It goes towards the back post. eventually it'll bounce over everybody and out for a goal kick, unfortunately. And maybe just another chance wasted from City there.
We can't tell how strong the wind is there, but that might be playing a part.
You can certainly hear it. Certainly got the flags blowing at the back of the picture there. Forward from Cook. O'Connor controls it under a couple of challenges. Cook, not many options ahead of her, might have to go back here. To Koiken, and does. Taldo's under pressure. City just not getting any time to breathe on the ball at all. They have to move the ball quickly if they want to.
We need to move the ball quicker here. We can't be drawn into these battles. We've got to move the ball, switch the play from side to side. They won't be able to deal with it. The quality we have on the ball will shine through, but at the moment we're playing right into Durham's hands, running down the same alleys that we've just been down.
Nice turn that from Izzy Cook, and gets a little kick on the heel as well.
Brilliant from Izzy Cook.
A free kick, I should say.
Brilliant play.
Referee doesn't want that one taken quickly. She wants a word. That's Lambert down there. Yep, great work from Izzy Cook.
Surprised we've not seen more yellow cards. There's been a lot of fouls, and considering she booked Naomi Loisel early on, I'm surprised she's kept her cards in her back pocket.
So this will be a ball into the box, you feel. Amy Palmer calling Murray forward. So here comes the big boot. Chip towards everybody in the box, still up in the air. Can anybody get is there a red shirt underneath this one? Koiken goes back to Palmer. Palmer still under pressure and able to clear it away, and Durham do well. City wants a handball and they get it.
Not a lot the Durham player could do there, but it's a clear handball.
Heppel is not happy with the referee at all. She thinks it's a very harsh decision.
Now this free kick's on a difficult angle. It's hard to attack balls that are very straight. It's difficult to run onto a straight ball and direct it towards the goal. So it'll be interesting to see what the girls come up with here. Izzy Cook's taken up a lovely position out on the right hand side here.
Yeah, Cook in plenty of space at the moment. City decide to go short and across to Cataldo, and again the pass is just wasted from a Robbins point of view. Win it back though. Cook, Koiken. And cleared away, and Loisel will try and restart things from the back. Goes all the way back to a goalkeeper.
Yeah, well dealt with at the back there. Calm and composed.
Murray skips past a couple of challenges and does well. City certainly playing front foot football now, led by Koiken, and this pass is intercepted at the last chance, really. Otherwise it would have been a good ball for Cook. And here comes a change for Bristol City. Jess Woolley coming on, so striking options for City here. And it'll be Beaver Jones that is replaced by Woolley.
Aggie's played really well down the left-hand side today. Been a real threat in the second half. Ran her socks off really.
Now it's up to Jess Woolley to get City going in an attacking sense.
Just pass the baton on, and Jess will be a direct threat.
Another foul against City here. Referee just wanting a conversation with Robson. Similar position to a free kick we had, I think, just a few minutes ago here, Flo.
Yeah, be interested to see what we do here. We've got to capitalise on all these free kicks. Dangerous positions. If we could get Satara Murray on the end of a free kick.
Palmer goes long towards the back post. It's up there, headed up, not necessarily away. Murray's underneath it. Kind of red shirt win the ball back for City. Durham on a free kick on the edge of the box. It's actually O'Connor that shoots But it's easy enough for Borthwick to take into her chest and fall on top of the ball.
Good pressure there. We kept the ball alive. And just didn't quite have the power on that shot at the end. But good ideas and good intent from Chloe there.
Ball's one in the air, but easy enough for Murray to look up, try and find a pass forward, and finds Harrison. Palmer, Jess Woolley's made a nice run ahead of her. If she can find her, it takes the deflection off the head of a Durham player. Woolley on her right foot will look to try and get it cross into the box. Decides to go back to Morgan on her right foot. Crossed in towards Harrison. Harrison goes down under a challenge. O'Connor controls it on the edge of the box. Palmer forwards, denied again by a Durham player.
We're knocking on the door.
Certainly are. At the moment it's well and truly locked from a Durham perspective though.
Can see the fans over there really getting behind the girls. Still 20 minutes left. We've got lots of time here. No need to hit the panic button.
Absolutely not. Still plenty of time for City to turn this game around. Abby Harrison could be the one to unlock the door. She makes a run forward, which Koiken will try and find. Jess Woolley putting pressure on. Keeps the ball in play, and now City win a throw-in.
Jess Woolley's a great example of a homegrown Bristol City player who's come through the age groups and now is shining in the first team. And hopefully she can bring that spark of energy and get us a goal. Create something good.
Lazell, lots of time to look forwards, but a pass goes astray. Back we go to Bentley. Palmer. Oh, Izzy Cook just falls at the worst possible time, and now Durham have a chance to break. Good tracking back though from Cook. Turns Durham away.
Certainly still working hard. It's great to see.
Ball forward from Borthwick, doesn't find a blue shirt. City have a chance to move forward once again. O'Connor with a little ball over the top. Still got too much on it for Jess Woolley.
Where's the goal going to come from? That's the question. We've got to find something, a bright spark, or just create an opportunity out of nothing to get back in this game.
Here come Durham once again, charging forwards. City need to try and give everything they can in this last 15 minutes to get back into the game. Morgan's certainly been a bright spark so far. But it's Palmer that wins a free kick.
This is what Durham will do. They'll foul. They'll break the game up. I've said it before, and at the moment they're doing well at it. And we got to move the ball quicker. We've got to move it. We've got to switch the ball. We can't get drawn into these battles. Although the referee's now bringing out a yellow card, which is probably well overdue.
Certainly been a stop-start second half, which Durham won't mind necessarily. In fact, the referee's going to have a word with Wilson here, the captain for Durham. It's a yellow card for Robson. And a talking to for Wilson. And as captain, I assume just to sort of round her troops up and just try and stop a load of these fouls is what the referee wants. Ball forward might find Abby Harrison if she can keep the ball in play. She does, right on the byline. In fact, on the line itself. Great work from Harrison. Now Jess Woolley. Harrison wants it back. It's not a great pass from Woolley. City just need to keep their heads up here.
Yeah, just wanted Jess to drive in with that ball. She does it every day in training. Picks the ball up in those areas, drives in and unleashes a shot, and 9 times out of 10 it goes in.
Can City keep positive? The chances will come.
The chances are coming. It's just which one's gonna nestle in the back of the net.
Throw in is taken. Briggs. Silicki with a long ball forward. Might find Heppel here. Heppel with a shot, and it's an easy save for Bentley. I think Heppel might have wanted to try and lob Fran Bentley there, but the idea was better than the action. Here come Durham once again, though. A chance here on the edge of the box. Still going here. Heppel wants the pass and gets it, but she's trapped in the corner a little bit here, so has to go back. In comes the cross from Johnson. Underneath it is Bentley, who does well to just palm it away from goal. Again, a dangerous chance that Bentley had to deal with.
Lucky there. Fran's pulled off a couple of really good saves. The first one, I think she's read what Heppel's going to do. Superb goalkeeping in the second one. The cross, I think, picks up in the wind and does well to judge it and keep it out.
Excellent work that from Abby Harrison to go past 3 challenges with her back to goal. The City have a throw-in in a dangerous position, but Abby Harrison showing up today. Another change for City. That'll be Ava Koiken's afternoon over. Another striker comes on in the form of Mel Johnson.
Yeah, I think Smithy's throwing the dice. Got to go for it, haven't we? We've got to go for it. Mel Johnson's been in great form, so hopefully she can continue that now. Get on the goal scoring sheet.
She makes her way into the box. Ready for an opportunity. So we wait for the throw-in to take place. More action down in the dugout as another substitution takes place for Durham. And it's Brown coming on. We're ready for the throw-in to take place. And it comes now. Izzy Cook with a cross into the box towards Jess Woolley. Headed away, though. Morgan skips past a couple of challenges. Finds Johnson, who gets her first touch on the edge of the box. Shoots, blocked away. Izzy Cook with her left foot. More defending for Durham to do. Now Mel Johnson again on the edge. Stopped again by Durham. Perhaps a counter-attack here for the side from the northeast. City do well to push them back. And a long ball forward should go out for a goal kick for Bentley.
Brilliant impact from Mel Johnson. Straight away, straight into the action. That's just what we need.
So, goal kick to be taken by Bentley. 10 minutes to go in this game. City still waiting for that, just a clear-cut chance, which Durham have denied them so well so far in this game. Cross in is blocked. Jess Woolley, some excellent defensive work here, but Durham are still able to press forward. Heppel cleared away. Here comes Izzy Cook. Excellent work, well read by Cook, and this could be a chance for City to break here. Cook charging towards the box now. Just a couple to aim for. One of them is Woolley, and Abby Harrison's there as well. Evades them, but Harrison should keep this in by the corner flag.
Go on, Jess, take someone on.
Cross by Woolley towards Johnson, but hacked away by a Durham foot. O'Connor.
Brilliant
nice
control.
Pass towards Harrison, towards Cook.
Defending had to be done by a Durham player, and it'll be a corner to Bristol City.
Great passage of play there. Great instinct from Izzy to latch onto a loose pass, and brilliant ball in. Just went over the top of Abby Harrison's head, but then Jess picks up the loose ball, whips in another cross, and then it comes back out. Good touch from Chloe. Now we've got a corner.
Palmer over this one. 5 to aim for. She goes short. Back to Palmer again. Crossed in towards the front post. Headed away. Who's getting to this one first? It's Cataldo. Crossed in towards the back post. Evades everybody. It'll be out for a goal kick. I think it was Fionn Morgan down there actually who crossed that one in perhaps, but
brilliant cross. Got us a corner, and from the resulting corner we tried something new. Just the second phase, I don't think the girls were sharp to react to Leah's ball back in, but a brilliant ball back in from Leah. Just need to anticipate and gamble a little bit more, I think, going into the last 8 minutes or so. We've just got to throw everything at it.
Got to try something. Be brave here, Bristol City fans and Bristol City players as well.
Tell you what, I'm more nervous watching than I am ever playing.
Cook putting pressure once again on those Durham players. They're able to get out of it this time though. Ali Johnson, a couple of players ahead of her. Sprays a pass out wide, and Morgan will just watch that one go over and out for a throw-in. Got to be confident that there will be a few more chances here for City. The game has been back and forth, hasn't it? So here come Durham once again. Winning ball on the edge of the box is Johnson, whose shot wasn't clean, but it goes over Bentley's goal, but it wasn't too far away.
Awkward one for Fran to deal with, but luckily it just sailed over the crossbar.
Hits the top of the net. O'Connor doing well, battling down there in the centre of midfield. Murray tries to play a 1-2, but it's won back by Durham. Clever chipped ball forward. Morgan is defending to do here. It's cut inside. Is there a cross now? There is a cross. At the back post is Ali Johnson on her left foot, controls and shoots, and just over Fran Bentley's goal. I wonder if that even took...
I think it's still in play, is it?
Took a glance. No, it hit the fence at the back. But look at that. It just goes over Bentley's goal. Goodness me.
That would have been the nail in the coffin, but come on, girls. Big 6 minutes to go, plus added. We can do this.
Still time in this one. Ball forward. Can City get a chance like that?
We've got to challenge those long balls. Even if you know you're not going to win it, you've got to put the defender under pressure.
Harrison wins the ball back on the halfway line. Wants a free kick, gets one for...
Well played.
Being pulled back there, Abby Harrison.
Well played, Abby. Now, what can we do from this free kick?
Plenty moving forward. Moving towards the box. Perhaps a long ball forward here from Morgan is on the cards. It's quite a distance. But Morgan takes it on. Long ball towards Harrison, but it's headed away and high into the sky. It'll bounce.
I think that's gone out for a corner, has it?
It has gone out for a corner, yes.
Here we go, guys. Load the box.
Now then, is this the chance? 5 minutes to go in this game. City still trailing 1-0 here to Durham. A first half goal from a Jupi gave Durham the lead in this one. But City have been pressing the last 10-15 minutes to try and get an equaliser. In it comes now from Palmer towards the back post and sails over everybody. And out for a goal kick. It's just those moments that are so frustrating, aren't they? Especially for people like Satara Murray and Lazelle that have gone all the way up.
Yeah, as a defender, you're running 40 yards up. You just want the ball to be delivered in the box, and I can only think that the wind's blowing out there because Palms usually puts the ball right on the money spot, but Still time left.
Johnson moves forward now, the substitute with those fresh legs against Cataldo. Tries to go past there, and she's done so on her left foot. It's a low cross and blocked away in the end by Morgan, doing well back there.
Awkward one for Fionn to deal with, but she dealt with it well. Not a lot you can do there when the ball's being fizzed across. You've just got to clear your lines and get the ball away from danger. But we need to switch on from this corner, and you never know, we could go up the other end and get one on the counter-attack.
Yeah. Corner to be taken. The referee just wanting a pause in play there to have a word with those players surrounding Fran Bentley in goal. And we're ready now. In it comes towards the back post. There's a blue head underneath it, still bouncing around down there. Johnson's able to clear, and then on the half volley, it's cleared away, and the referee is going to have a word with the referee's assistant here. Interesting to see what this is about. There were a lot of bodies down there. Ball was bouncing around. I wonder what this is about. There were so many bodies, it was hard to see what the conversation's about here.
She ran straight over to the linesman out on that side, so I can only think she's asking the question if it's a penalty, but...
Let's see what she says here. Penalty, it is a penalty. The referee points to a spot. She had the word with the referee's assistant. So many bodies down there. It's so hard to see from where we are. But I think it's when that ball initially bounces down. I wonder if it's Johnson down there, maybe, who gets a...
It's difficult to see, isn't it? It's really difficult to see. Harsh. The ball's bouncing around and you're so close to it. What can you do?
Well, this would seal it for Durham, you have to say. 88 minutes played. It's Heppel, the star player for Durham. Short run up. Buries it in the bottom right corner. Fran Bentley dives to the other side, and that's 2-0 to Durham, and surely now that probably seals it for the away side.
Against the run of play. Unfortunate for Bristol, but there's still time, but it's difficult to see them coming back from this now. I feel like that is the nail in the coffin, but against the run of play, which is so frustrating because we had free kicks, we had corners, we had chances, and just didn't take them, and that's what can happen in this league, you know. Go up the other end and look, she's slotted the, you know, nothing Fran could have done about that. Yeah, she slotted it in the bottom corner, but look, you know, harsh penalty, let's be honest.
So hard to see from where we are just what the referee's assistant and the linesman saw there, really, but may have been something so clear-cut, but just from where we are, it's hard to tell. But
I mean, she ran straight over to the linesman, so clearly he must have seen something and called her over.
Pushing the back from Abby Harrison there. You can hear the shout from Abby, but yeah, she's not happy with that decision, but I think it's pretty clear-cut. .30 left of this one. We will be hearing from the gaffer, Lauren Smith, after this one. So don't go anywhere to hear the head coach's thoughts on a really competitive game this today, and City are just on the wrong end of a 2-0 scoreline.
I mean, it's probably been brilliant for a neutral to watch this game, but as a Bristol City player, I feel we really had chances to win this game. And I feel like the girls have probably done enough, but just haven't taken the chances, and sometimes that happens in football, doesn't it?
4 minutes added on here. Same as we had in the first half, 4 minutes.
You never know, you get one, you get another.
Yeah, you really do. Football can be funny like that sometimes, but at the moment, it's Heppel on the edge of the box for Durham. Cuts back inside, nowhere for her to go at the moment under pressure from Murray. Murray just pressing it all the way back, but it's a nice ball that from Heppel. Woolley just has to jab a foot at it and see it out for a throw.
Durham are just going to wind down this clock now, aren't they? Which is frustrating, but...
Throw-in taken. Over in the corner flag. Ball still in play here. Now it finally does go out for a throw. Sorry, a goal kick to Bentley. Palmer. Long ball forward for Johnson to run onto. Can she keep this one in play? Yes, she can. Can City create something at the end of this game? And it comes now. It's a decent cross towards Woolley, but headed high.
Brilliant ball
and away in the end.
Brilliant ball in. You've got to say well done to the defender at the back post there. Defenders union there.
Woolley throws herself at it, doesn't she? Yeah. It's a great bit of defending, as you say.
Mel's done everything right. Jess has done everything right. Just the defender's done well. But we've got a corner here. You never know. Never say never.
You do never know. If they do score now, we'll see it for a blockbuster finish. And it comes now. It's another wasteful corner. Johnson for Durham is able to just clear it away as far as Lazelle. Lazelle's pass is not a good one. Johnson's able to skip past a few challenges and maintain possession. Lambert charging forward. Still got all the running in her legs, Lambert. Now she's in as far as the box. And now the byline skips it past the challenge. And City are able to clear their lines. Free kick for City, which Bentley will have to take in their own box. A minute and a half left of added time. City have tried their hardest. You can't lack their want for victory or performance today, but it's just been lacking something out there this afternoon. And I think with a minute to go, you can say that Durham have done well in this game. Johnson goes down under a challenge. Referee waves play on. Murray sees the ball, takes it, gives it back to Bentley. Up to Cataldo on this near side. Durham sitting reasonably deep now, just letting City have possession in their own half. A long ball from Morgan should just roll through to Borthwick in the Durham goal.
I think that'll be the game. Oh, tough one for us today. You know, on the balance of everything. At the end of the day, though, it's the scoreline that people see, and that's that.
Yeah, the scoreline being 2-0 to Durham. But as you say, a game that City have lost today. It was reasonably competitive, it has to be said. But I think the main theme here is City just don't have that killer instinct in this one.
Yeah, just really lacked that killer instinct. You know, we didn't have enough shots on target. We didn't pose enough threats. We just didn't get balls in the box and look like we were going to score. But look, the great thing is that the game's come thick and fast, and we've got another chance next week to put the rights wrong. Sunderland at home next week, and that'll be another tough test. But look, you know, the girls will regroup, and we'll all go back to the drawing board and come back fighting next week. That's one thing guaranteed.
We certainly will. Right, we're going to take another break now. On the other side of that, we will hear from Lauren Smith. But it's finished here. Bristol City 0, Durham 2.
We heard the UK's yoghurt-loving superfans wanted something super thick and homegrown. A yoghurt that's high in protein, low in fat, and naturally low in sugar. Fit for breakfast, lunch, and everything in between. But such a thing didn't exist. So we made our own. Yo Valley Super Thick, lovingly made on home soil.
Paul Archer here from the Nexus Group. Hopefully by now you recognise our logo on the back of the lads' shorts. As a City fan and a Bristol businessman, I want to help as many companies as I can with their recruitment needs, especially as we come out of this awful pandemic and lockdown. And for any customer, new or old, that puts an order in with us before now and the beginning of next season, we'll put you in a draw to win a VIP matchday experience as guests of me and the Nexus team.
Welcome back to Robins TV, where we're all feeling a little bit flat in the studio after that one. Flo is back with me, of course, talking about that. Flo, a decent afternoon of football, just City on the wrong end of a 2-0 scoreline.
Yeah, tough one to take. The girls worked so hard. We just didn't ever look like we were really going to score, unfortunately. And credit to Durham, they came here and put in a performance, and that's what they do. They don't always play the prettiest football, but look, you know, they've come here, done a job and won 2-0. But like I said during commentary, we'll regroup, look at it, and the girls will be eager to get back out there next week and put today's result behind us. And it's a long season, it is a long season, and next week's a chance to get 3 points on the board again.
Yeah, I mean, it's still so early days, isn't it, for those girls? And like you say, next week Sunderland come to Bristol, and the chance to put things right so early. Yeah, and another tough game. But look, we've not got any pressure. You know, it's early on in the season. Next week will be the 5th game in what is a very long season. And you know, look, today's not gone our way. But sometimes in football you play well and you don't get the result, and some days you play not very well and you do get a result. So you know, it's a long season, and next week's another chance to go again. Absolutely. I want to talk about we mentioned sort of the lack of attacking threat, but at the same time, somebody that stood out so well today was Abby Harrison. I think she performed superbly today. She did, and you only need to give her one chance and she'll take it. She did really well, I thought, in the second half, particularly changing to the lone striker up front. She looked more in her element. She seemed to bring other people into play, seemed to give the Durham centre-halves more of a problem. And I thought that really worked well, her being the lone striker, and the wingers seemed to get a lot more joy. We saw Aggie Beaver-Jones getting some good balls in the box, and on another day, you know, one of those crosses will nestle into the bottom corner or the top corner, and it's a different story, but it wasn't to be today. Okay, right, well, that's our assessment of the game there, and I'm pleased to say that joining us now is going to be the head coach, Lauren Smith. She's down at the HBC chatting to George West.
Thanks, Dan. Lauren, a frustrating afternoon all in all. What's your reflection on that 90 minutes?
It goes back to how we prepared for the game, really, and we talked about their competitiveness, their edge, their physicality, and we haven't stepped up today in the first 45 minutes to that battle, and we've lost a few key moments of the game. So yeah, we knew what they were about, and they've just done it very well today, Durham.
We enjoyed majority of possession. There was a fair few clear-cut chances for us, which couldn't quite find the cutting edge. Yeah, I think Izzy Cook's chance in the first half, in the first 10 minutes, was our best one, and it was, you know, that shows a little bit of why she started today. But from that moment, it just became more of a gritty fight in midfield and not picking up second balls. That meant that we didn't get the chance to play in their half as much as we need to and we want to. Looking at the bigger picture, this is the 4th round of the season. There's a long way to go still. It's going to take time for the group to gel and find their cohesiveness. Yeah, and look, we've come back in other situations like this, but today we haven't. So it's gonna take, you know, a big week and an important week for us to make sure that next week we come back and put this right, which the girls can do. They know exactly
what we need to do, and we could do it better, and that's the frustration, I think, and you'll feel that from the players as well as us, that they know that it's just slipped away today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's the thoughts of Lauren Smith there. A pretty fair assessment, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Like she said, everyone's going to be frustrated. But look, next week's a new week, another chance to go again. And like she said, I don't think we really rose to the battle of their physicality today. And I think we sort of played into their hands and didn't play our own game, unfortunately. Just couldn't quite make those chances count, could we?
No, indeed. So the final thing from us really is just to have a look at that second half, really, and some of the action that we had. We're going to start with City's free kick. It was mainly City all of this second half, really. And
it was, yeah.
Talk us through this.
Now, I thought Palms was going to strike this, but, you know, look, great bit of creativity. There must have been a gap. They must have seen something, but we've got to hit the target there, and unfortunately it's just not happened.
Yeah, I mean, my star player of the game, I think, was Abby Harrison. She had such a great chance. I mean, it hit the back of the net, and we'll see it here. It's the offside given against it.
A hell of a finish. She does this every day. Just brings it down and then volleys one in. But obviously we don't have the luxury of seeing the offsides. But look, you know, another day that's not an offside, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, so unfortunate. And then Durham obviously come back, and they had a decent effort here. This one just goes over the top of the crossbar.
Yeah, but look, this caused us problems all day. They got numbers into the box, and Fran was quite commanding in her goal, but difficult because at the end of the day we've still conceded two. But there we are.
And then later on, I think it was the 88th minute, something like that, Durham finally get their second goal. This is the only angle we've got of this, and it's the penalty shout. It's so hard to see what the referee and the referee's assistant has given here.
I can only think that it's maybe come off Palms' arm, but she's ran straight over to the linesman, and he's clearly seen something. But look, you know, you give a team a penalty, and with players like Beth Heppel, she's going to slot them home. Then that's the game dead then, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, a good performance from Durham, we have to say. I mean, we've had people watching us from a Durham perspective today as well. A good performance from them.
Yeah, they came here and did a job, you know. Everyone wants to win. We wanted to win today. It wasn't to be, but credit to them, you know. Very good team, and you know, we wish them all the best of luck, and we'll hopefully go up there and beat them in a few months' time.
Yes, see you in the return game, I think. Okay, well that is pretty much it for us here on Robins TV. We hope you enjoyed today's game. We will be back here next Sunday for the visit of Sunderland. Flo, thank you for being with us. We hope to see you back on the pitch very soon, and we hope to see you next weekend.